So, your final exam this year is not actually an exam, it's a portfolio. But what is a portfolio? Let's talk about it. Make sure that you're ready for your exam. So, a portfolio is a collection of your work. For this exam, you'll have to show us that you've made good progress in your writing. You'll use the rest of this week and our two exam bells next week to prepare for a portfolio. The assignment will be in Google Classroom in more detail, but let me just give you a quick rundown of what you need to do. There are four papers, basically your last two final papers from your first quarter and second quarter, so the big essential question final papers. You'll also pick one of your favorite or best things that you've written so far in this class, so long as it doesn't that is not one of the ones above. You can't use one paper for two purposes. Your reflective paper is the only thing that's new that you'll write. And you'll talk about what you've learned about writing this semester. So for part one of the portfolio, you'll take the essential question final paper from first quarter. You'll read it one more time. What do you notice? What would you like to change? Look over all the advice you've received about that paper. Maybe ask one or two of your friends to look at your paper to make sure everything makes sense. And then revise your paper to make sure that it is the best that it can be according to the rubric. And this will probably, I imagine, take you a double bell. Make sure you have all the attributions, tell where your quotes came from, make sure that you're using the best quote to illustrate what you're trying to prove, all that kind of stuff. For part two of the portfolio, you basically do the same thing that you did for part one, only you do it for part two. So that'll probably take another double bell. The next one is part three, your favorite or best paper that you've written so far. So first you need to choose a favorite thing that you've written in this class. It could be any of the things you see on the slide there. Read it again. What do you like about it? It'll be up to you how much revising you'd like to do on this piece. I always, when I look back at my papers, I find one more thing that I might like to change about it. And you can go ahead and change that if you're really satisfied with it and think it shows what you want it to show, then you don't have to change too much about it. But it does have to be digital, so you have to be able to upload it to the digital portfolio somehow. For part four, a reflective paper, you're going to write that to talk about what you've learned about writing this semester. So look over the assignment, answer the questions in your mind, and think about your own strengths and weaknesses as a writer, and then start writing. At the bottom of the assignment page, there are some ways to get started. You can use those or you can come up with your own. Whichever one helps you most is fine. Then look at the rubric, get some advice from friends and teachers to make sure that you're saying it the way that you want to say it. You need to hand in each piece according to the directions and then hand in all pieces at the very end. So on Google Classroom, you'll see that each piece you're asked to share it, and there's an orange box where you paste your shareable link in the orange box. And then at the very end, you have to hand in your document back into Google Classroom. It's very well explained on the ePortfolio assignment, but if you don't understand, please ask, because I will not be able to see your work unless you hand it in correctly. So make sure that is done. Do not share it with me or it will not get graded. Make sure that you are handing it in Google Classroom. So that's everything that you need to know about how to put your portfolio together, besides the handout that you're going to receive about your reflective piece, and the assignment will be in Google Classroom. Good luck. I'm looking forward to reading your papers.